Hey guys, I want to show you how I made this 4x4 tabletop board and also discuss some concepts when it comes to terrain. So it seems like nowadays most people are using some kind of battle mat, and when I got started with Warhammer 40k, that really wasn't a thing except for some big rollout green thing. They had these realms of battle boards that they came out with. Citadel did. They were about 2 foot by 2 foot, and I thought I'd replicate. At a hardware store, I bought what I thought were 4 2 foot by 2 foot pieces of foam, and they weren't exactly square, which meant I had to trim one side and then I had to add to the other. So if you're smart, you'll just get a big 8 foot piece and very carefully cut square 2 foot pieces. I was able to rectify this with a little bit of foam glue and some nails. I decided I wanted these pieces to be magnetic so that they would stay tight in case they got bumped. I had some rectangular neodymium magnets, and I decided to mark them north and south and put 2 on each side, so there's 8 of them for each 2 foot section of this board. This is going to allow me to flip the board around and vary the directions that the tiles are facing. I'm starting with 4 2 foot by 2 foot sections, but of course if I wanted a 4 by 6, I just build 2 more tiles. I found that the steps in this build were really straightforward. It was just kind of tedious. You've got something like 16 square feet to cover. I wanted to add a 3D element but still keep it really simple. So I used some pliers and a razor and dug some holes in a couple of the tiles to make some sort of shell holes or divots in the foam. In order to texture it, I used the Terrain Tutor's guide on using filler for texture. I'll link his channel in the description. My first step was covering the top of each board with a thin layer of watered down filler, just so everything else will adhere better. Once that was dry, I went back and I stippled the whole surface to give it some rough texture. And you do this stippling 2 different times. Let that first layer dry and then come back, do it again. So you've got 2 layers of stipple. After that, if you want to cover it in grit and sand, I just watered down some wood glue and kind of randomly made some spots to give it some texture and glued all that sand down. Then I went over with a Mod Podge wash. It's just Mod Podge black paint, water, some dish soap, and covered the entire top and sides. So let me know, what do you guys prefer? Do you use a battle mat, or do you build a whole giant board as one piece? Or I've seen some people do some that are like 4 foot by 2 foot sections, and they have the mountains and stuff integrated. Once I finish with that first layer of Mod Podge wash, I go back and do a second layer. When the 2 layers on top are dry, I flip each tile over and I put 1 coat of black Mod Podge wash on the base of every tile just to make it more durable. So as far as the paint colors for this, I wanted to use the same colors that I use for the buildings that I build, so everything ties together. This is just a medium gray, and I coat the whole top of all 4 of these tiles with it. I really want hand painted stuff because I've hand painted terrain, and I just personally don't like the look of digital art against hand painted stuff. I think it kind of clashes. I go around with a dark brown that I've watered down and just stipple some spots, and we're going to dry brush over this, so this will just add some variety to the surface. So this is just a black wash. There's no Mod Podge in this. It's just watered down black paint. And I do that to all 4 of the tiles and let that dry. Once that's done, I take that same medium gray color, and I'm using a makeup brush because they're really good dry brushes, and I just go around and I'm dry brushing the surface to pick up all the light. Then when all of those tiles are dry, I come back with a steel gray, which is a lighter gray, and give it its final dry brush. I really wanted these tiles to be universal. I could have made them more like specific to sci-fi and put pipes and sidewalks, but this could be for Mordheim, this could be inside of a cave, this could be a 40k city, a modern city, Necromunda. So tell me what you guys think. Thanks for the support, guys. If you like this kind of thing, I'd appreciate if you subscribe.